What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show podcast. This is, of course, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. Guess what, everyone? We survived. We survived Stormageddon, if you want to call it that. We, of course, are your host, Jim Minton, Dickie Wabash, and I am joined this week by Jason Frederick Vendetta, formerly Fabulous Jason V. And last week, we talked about
Thank you for using my canon name.
Yeah, I have to. Here's what's cool. If you listened to last week, consider this legitimately part 2, because there was a lot of mental gymnastics that took place last week, because we were talking about something that hadn't happened yet. But by the time the podcast was public, it had already happened or was in the process of happening. And I am here to say, on my end, I'm all good. On Jason V's end, he's all good. At least I assume so. We've not really talked about it, but you're good, right?
We are great. We kept falling into pockets in between supercells. They were just dancing around. It was like you got the 7-10, not even a 7-10 split, but like, what are the really close splits when you're bowling? Ooh, it was like that.
Yeah.
It's like when I took Cara bowling and she had the bumpers up, right? And she had the bumpers up and she was still able to hit a gutter ball and not hit, any of the 10 pins. There is such a minute room for error at that moment. And so that was more impressive to me. And that's where we were, pocket after pocket after pocket with all of those supercells.
Yeah, so of course what we're talking about are the storms that hit the Midwest last week, and partially some of this week too, because what was it, Sunday? There was some storms that hit.
Sunday was a 2 out of 5 risk for everybody over here. We were thinking, all right, this will be nothing. And man, those things were dropping tornado after tornado, some big ones too.
Welcome to the new Spot Show, where we basically just talk about the weather, essentially. No, that's not all we're going to talk about, because, look.
Nice weather we're having today.
We are having very nice weather today. It's perfect weather. It's not too hot, not too cold, but we just did enter summer. So I know all hell is probably about to break loose, and it's about to be super duper hot. That's what sucks about when we're going to Japan, is like the heat of summer, and Japanese summers are apparently miserable. So I have to account for that, and I'm not really looking forward to that in the slightest. But I say this about the weather because it legitimately was a huge topic of conversation last week on the episode, because literally the title of the episode was Jason V, Weatherman, because you've entered this era where you've become super focused and super into the weather and learning about it and stuff. And I am here to say I'm not fully there yet, but I see the appeal of it, because, oh my God, it was so interesting to watch. And of course, before we talk about how interesting and cool it was, thoughts to everyone that might have been affected by these storms. I know Marshall, Illinois, where we, of course, where MadBash Wrestling hosts shows, their downtown main strip got hit pretty good, and there was some substantial damage that took place there. The American Legion post, or as I'm calling it, the MadBash Wrestling Arena, did not suffer any damage, so that's good. So we're still right on track to be back in Marshall by the end of the summer. So nothing major happened there. So again, thoughts to everyone who might have suffered some damage from the storms.
Yeah, man, they were nasty. The Marshall one was concerning to me because I was following that cell. I had contacted you like an hour, maybe hour and a half before that cell was supposed to go to Terre Haute. And that's the one that was going through Marshall. And I didn't hear any update on Marshall. I heard that whole strip down there was in pretty bad shape. Obviously, the big news was the massive damage to North Charleston, Illinois, with the rain-wrapped multi-vortex tornado. There's at least 2 of them in there. There could have been 3. And then right after that was the real big boy that dropped down just by Effingham.
Mm-hmm.
And that did some serious damage too.
Yeah, not to put any private stuff out there, but one of those tornadoes was down right around where MadBash Wrestling champion Devontae Knox lives, and he made it through. He made it through fine, nothing bad. So just want to give a shout out to MadBash Wrestling champion Devontae Knox. Everything's cool with him as far as I know, but everything's cool with me. Nothing really hit me around here. Sounds like you really had nothing major hit you, but the biggest tragedy of this entire storm.
Oh no.
I had to cancel my reservation to go see Obsession. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I jest, of course. I jest, of course.
You rubbed my face in it.
So do you want to tell the story from your perspective and then I can tell mine, or how?
Oh man, mine's super short. I'm just trying to be a good brother. I was like, hey buddy, you might want to stay home. You might want to be, close to your friends and loved ones, your possessions, your anything that you hold dear. You might want to hold on to that because this is pretty nasty.
Yeah, you might want to not go to the movies.
Yeah.
I will tell you the decision of when I decided I am not doing this. Was of course, shout out to Ryan Hall, y'all. Dude is a machine. Dude is an animal. I think you made the comment to me privately, or you may have said it on the podcast. I don't remember at this point, that you don't want to hear Danville, Westfield, or Westville rather, Georgetown, anything, your area, Tilton. You don't want to hear those on Ryan Hall y'all's stream, because that means that stuff could get real. So
he covers the whole country.
Yeah,
he don't need to be talking about my cities. He don't need to be talking about my area. There's hundreds of thousands of people that watch those streams.
Well, I got one better for you. You don't want him to mention somewhere that is about a mile from your house, that you can damn near see from your house. He was talking about a Ford dealership that had some rotation up above it and was literally showing camera footage of this happening. That is by my house. I drive by it almost every day, and it is probably a half a mile from my house. And he's talking about this area. You need to get to your safe zone. You need to batten down the hatches because there's some rotation going on right now. And that's when I made the decision. I will not be going to see Obsession on Wednesday. I made a couple reservation changes, but I of course say this with jokes aside. Like I legitimately was, I'm not going to say ignorant to the idea of the weather might be getting a little bit bad. I was just more of, brother, I can go see a movie. I mean, this isn't going to be no issue. And to be blunt, I probably could have still made it to that movie. But the problem was it would have hit right as I was getting out of the movie. And it was a rough one. But you are texting me the entire time, being like, you need to not go see this movie. You need to just stay home. And then I talked to Tiger, and he was like, yeah, you probably need to just hunker down and stay home. Then I see Ryan Hall, y'all, talking about rotation a mile or so from me. And I'm like, I think we're going to skip this one.
So it's easy to look back and be like, oh, with hindsight, in retrospect, blah, 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 I could have done this or I could have done that. Well, you don't know. Just like we were talking on the pod last week, we were in the past, present, and future at the same time, depending on when somebody was listening to it. So we didn't know what the issues were going to be.
Mhm.
And so if we were a little bit further south than what we are geographically, we may not be here right now. At least not physically in our houses and whatnot, because some of those southern Illinois, southern Indiana areas got hit hard.
They did. Yeah. They really, really did. I don't know, man. I think that it was, with looking back on it now, there was a little bit of eeriness to it, because if you really think about it, we were podcasting before these big storms that, knock wood, they weren't, but they could have been really bad. And it could have been like, this is the last vestige of us. It is just this podcast. We're talking about these storms that are coming. And what do you know? The storms are here. And I don't know. I think that was another thing that kind of put it into perspective for me. But I mean, at the other time, so there was a really funny moment. I don't remember the context of, it was right after I canceled the reservation. I sent it to you and I'm like, you happy now? And you're like, no. And then I was like, I'm probably missing some good trailers. So then you sent me a photo of a trailer park, and then you sent me a RoboCop 2's trailer.
That's the one you need.
That's all I need, apparently.
That's all you need.
Yeah. But what would have been really funny is if you sent me a trailer being destroyed by a tornado and be like, this is the trailer that you could be walking into or something. You know,
your definition of funny is not my definition of funny.
I say funny. Okay. That was me. I say it would have been like kind of a knee slapper. You know what I mean? Of like, you really trailers? You're worried about missing trailers? How about these people that are missing their trailer because they got hit by a tornado? But yeah, man, it was not awful for us, but I am very well aware of the fact that it was terrible for a lot of people. Funny thing to me is Ryan Hall, y'all, is naming off all of these areas that people need to be careful of, and he mentions the town of Toad Hop, Indiana, and that is only funny to two people, me and my brother, because Toad Hop is this little, I don't even know if you want to call it a town. You've driven through Toad Hop, right? Have we ever?
I don't know. I've spent the first, what are we doing? Like 13 minutes. I spent the first like 11 and a half minutes trying to remember what that was called, because I kept going with like dog park, dog pork, or something like that, but I was way off. Toad Hop.
So I'm trying to think of something by comparison that you would have been through, but I can't really think of anything. Toad Hop is literally just a small, I'm going to say town, even though I don't know if you want to call it a town, that's just outside of West Terre Haute. And it's really funny to me that he referenced Toad Hop, Indiana, of all the places that you could say, be on the lookout, he chooses Toad Hop, Indiana. I am on the Wikipedia page for Toad Hop, Indiana.
Of course you are.
Yes, it has a Toad Hop, or a wiki. So Toad Hop is most known for, you go through it to get to I-70 if you're going through West Terre Haute. Okay. As of the 2020 census, it has a population of 104 people.
Nice.
So it's essentially, it's officially part of West Terre Haute, and it is part of the Terre Haute metropolitan area, which I thought was very, very funny to call Terre Haute a metropolitan area.
That's the piece that I thought was funny. Metropolitan.
Dude, I don't think we need to put some respect on Terre Haute, because Terre Haute's one of the bigger cities in Indiana, really. And I think the thing is, people want to go out of their way and say, oh, it's terrible Haute, or say that the only good thing that ever happened to me in Terre Haute was this. Like, no, actually put some respect on Terre Haute, because Terre Haute is like a pretty substantial I mean, it's the Queen City of the Wabash River. You know what I mean?
You know who thinks Terre Haute is a big city? The people
Cara.
in Toad. No, well, it's her too. The people in Toad Hop.
The people in Toad Hop, yeah.
Because
fair.
look at them. I mean, they look outside and they see all their neighbors at once. Like everybody in town.
That's a shoot, actually. Like Toad Hop is that small.
So it's just I do the same because I mean, I'm in a small town. We're like 3,000 people or so. So I go to Danville, which is 30,000 people. That's a city to me. And then we go over to Champaign, which is 100,000 people, something like that. And it's even bigger. So that's, of course, it's exhilarating. It's like, these are the thing, but the people that live there think that, oh, there's nothing to do here. You know, we've had that conversation directly about Terre Haute.
Yeah. Here's what's funny to me, because you just said the population of Georgetown, where you are, the population of West Terre Haute and Georgetown are very close.
Are they?
Like, as of the 2020 census, 2,100 people live in West Terre Haute.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Terre Haute was originally called McQuilkin. How would you say that? McQuilkinsville, and then Maxville, and then in 1894, good year, they changed it to West Terre Haute.
Maxville goes kind of hard.
So I've used the name Maxville.
I like it.
Whenever I was doing Rocket Grunt and Josh, which was my old YouTube channel, and I was building this whole universe, I was really big on the idea of a universe, like a shared universe, almost as if Marvel was really starting to break out during that time period. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm going to not say that I'm in West Terre Haute. I'm going to create this fictional, quasi-fictional town called Maxville, and all my stuff took place in Maxville. But that's just a little sidebar there. Yeah. But yeah, man, the storms, they do be storming, is all I got to say. And they didn't hit me too rough at all.
Well, that's good. Here to podcast another day.
Yes.
And does anybody care about that, by the way? I've been on here an awful lot now. Has your listenership just tanked?
Oh, just because we're just talking about local weather?
No, because I'm here. Because
you've tanked? Yeah. To peek behind the curtain a little bit here, there kind of has been a little bit of a boost in numbers.
Oh,
not much, but we may be on an uptick again.
I was gonna say, I'm a company killer. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how true that is. But yeah, so I'm not saying that I'm a pay attention to the weather guy now. I'm not saying that that's my new shtick. That very much is Jason V's shtick, but I do find it fascinating. I'm not saying that I'm going to be like you with the command centers and stuff like that. In that particular case, yes, I was. But then when the second batch of storms hit a couple of days ago, I had the live stream brought up, and I was like, this is your fault. You did this to me. But no, it was definitely interesting. I don't really get too freaked out at storms. I used to as a kid really bad. But so give me because you watch all this stuff all the time. What are they saying? Because the last couple of years, the summertime, we got hit with 1 year, and then the next year, 2 huge storms. What are we saying is looking like this summer?
They are currently in some of it's scare tactics a lot, but whenever there are scare tactics, there is a smidge of truth to them. There's a difference between an El Nino and a La Nina, which is the warming and cooling of the ocean waters, and that affects the weather, like just nationwide. And what we are in right now, they have nicknamed a Godzilla El Nino.
Oh no.
It's a super El Nino. Exactly. It's a super El Nino that they've nicknamed the Godzilla El Nino, and they're saying that this is supposed to be like the worst year on record. But also, they kind of say that every year is the worst winter ever. This is going to be the worst storm season ever. All that because first of all, they want clicks, they want engagement, they want all that stuff. And well, everything nice. The weather's really nice here. Ryan Hall specifically just did one of these a few weeks ago. He did a video and it was super nice weather everywhere. And he was just talking about the positives. And then when the next video came out of it, like, this place might get destroyed, he pointed out, well, we had less than a fourth of our usual engagement with the nice weather video. People don't want the nice headlines. They want the scare.
No,
they want all that stuff. So that's what we're in right now. And there's a real possibility that Tornado Alley is shifting east.
I saw a YouTube video. I didn't watch the video, but I saw that there was something like Tornado Alley is shifting.
Yeah. So the what was it? The number, I looked it up right before last Wednesday's storms, and it was in Illinois. There was already 165 tornado touchdowns in the year 2026.
Oh, cool.
Which broke the record of 142, which is record. So we're talking all of recorded history. Then Wednesday happened, and I don't know how many dozen dropped after that. And then this past Sunday happened, and a whole bunch more dropped there. So I don't know what our number is right now, but it's scary. It's stuff that we should pay attention to, at least in some fashion.
This is a conversation that I think has potential to pivot what we're really talking about here. And I don't really want to go down this road particularly because I don't really have a lot of thoughts other than just being in the moment right now. I don't want to speak and say something stupid. Fear mongering, I don't think that, okay, so there was a message that I sent you of where I was like, dude, Ryan Hall, y'all, sure is using a lot of hyperbole. And I think that he's jumping the gun a little bit here. And I think that, he, instead of saying, oh, there's a possibility that this could happen, he speaks almost in absolute terms. And I don't like that. I feel as though, but I'm going to also Tarantino this and be at the end before I even say my thought. It's what gets the clicks, and that's what they do. Some meteorologists, especially with this new trend of virtual meteorologists, digital meteorologists, whatever you want to call them, there may be a little bit of fear mongering going on here. And I'm not saying Ryan Hall, y'all, does that. I'm not saying that's what he does, but I'm just saying the terms that he speaks in, he's a little bit too declarative on these statements because you just turn it on and it's like, oh, Terra Hills has to get wiped off the face of the earth. But I guess it's also at the same time too, he's saying this stuff so that you can understand the severity of what might be happening. I don't know. I don't know. It may be a catch-22 or something. I don't really know.
There it is, though. You just said it. So if there is the worst case scenario, here is a giant tornado coming straight at your house specifically. And he says, well, everybody's probably going to be okay, but you might want to look up and just see if there's a funnel cloud coming at you. Then Dickie is going to sit there and be like, it's fine. It ain't going to, it's 3 streets over. There it is. Oh, my house is gone.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm going to go see Obsession.
Yeah. But, and then on the other side of it is, so there's that storm system rotating over the car lot, which you said was very, very close to your house.
Yeah.
And it didn't drop a tornado. Good. Cuss him under your breath. Go ahead and be like, oh, that dude, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Whatever. I'm not going to listen to him. Good. We want that because you still have your walls. You still have your life.
It's a better safe than sorry scenario.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But
so he's got to do that in order to really push the severity of it.
But where this conversation could have shifted is everyone, you talk about the headlines, I'm just talking about what's peacefully going on. But then, oh my God, there's this huge storm. What did you say? Like tripled his views or something roughly?
Like quadruple at that point.
Quadruple? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that instead of blaming the news or something like that for what they're putting on, I think that we as a society need to stop wanting to see the car wreck.
I don't know. It's human nature, though. We want
it. Is, I know. It's
the old George Carlin bit. He said, if I'm driving by an accident that I'm not involved in, I want to slow down immediately. I want to go see a neck sticking out of a gas tank. That's what I want because I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's human nature. That's what we're talking about.
That's millions of years of human evolution.
That's right.
Right there. But all right. What else we got going on here? Oh, so for those of you that might notice, Jason V sounds a little bit better right now because Jason V has his new microphone.
That reminds me. We do the Patreon thing. You do the Patreon thing. You do that Patreon thing to keep the envelopes full and the microphones on. What do I got to do to get some of that? Keep that microphone on money.
Yeah.
But no, for real, like Elgato, the people that made the microphone, they did great. I sent it took a while. It's not Amazon same day shipping where they send a drone to your house an hour after you order some Doritos, but it was good. It was about 10 days or so. I sent the microphone back. They sent me a new one. We're great. It took some time to set up.
Yes.
So I also, per your suggestion, bought an updated 2026 webcam instead of the one that I'm using on the 2019 laptop to get a little bit better video quality on there, because last week you just all of a sudden surprised me with like, oh, by the way, this is a house show and we're going to put the video up now. Like, oh.
It's almost as if I remembered that I have a show called House Show where I put the video up on the $10 tier.
And
I mean, here's the thing though, too. It's like, listen, if you're going to walk the walk and talk the talk, we kind of had this conversation a little bit last week. I think that you should have a good setup, especially for the thing that we were talking about on Paid Show last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just trying to help brother out. And plus the webcam thing, you kind of brought that up. You were like, hey, what webcam do you use?
Yeah. And I did that because I do understand. I can see it. So not everybody, obviously the people on the audio medium can't see it, but I see it when we're doing the video podcast where your quality is pretty good and mine is pretty not.
Yeah.
So I wanted to at least kind of match that up. Similarly, maybe not as much. I got my ring light going right now, and it is warm. I didn't really think about that part.
Welcome to the struggling artist, brother.
But at least this time, I was able to change my shirt because I'm not wearing my work uniform. I'm rocking the where are we at? The Bo Sawyer Monster Hunter shirt.
That's a throwback.
Oh, it's excellent. I love it. I went to ProWrestlingTees.com a few years back, and I just got the grab bag where it was all these misprint shirts and everything.
And then Bo's shirt just happened to be in it.
And Bo Sawyer's shirt was in it, and I was like, this is Christmas. I love it. Shout out to Bo. I love and miss Bo.
I miss him, dude. I want to get Bo on here so bad. That'd be so great.
But setting everything up, so I was like, okay, I got the new webcam. I got the Elgato. I got everything set up. So I don't necessarily need to use the old laptop. I'm going to try to set this up with my computer, which is right behind me for anybody that is on the video. I tried setting up on the computer. Well, this computer hasn't been updated in a year.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here waiting for all this because it's not connecting to the webcam. It's not connecting to the microphone. Nothing's working. I move it over into my bedroom and I got everything working in my bedroom. And then I saw the video and I go, nope, this is too much of real me. I don't want anybody seeing this stuff. This is like my sanctuary. This is my real life. Let's go ahead and back it up, get back into fictional Brian territory. And now you can see all my panties on the walls.
Yeah,
it's totally fine. You can see that. You can see if you're right over there. You see the UWC championship right there, and all of its
history
glory
right there.
All of its glory took me. Yeah, I sold my truck, got half of it. Cool. They sent me a giant penny. Cool. we told them this is not what we wanted. They said, yeah, but we thought that's what you would like. You would like that better. It's like, you don't get to think. Anyway, off the soapbox.
Yeah.
Back to normal. And then eventually I was just like, I got so frustrated, and I'm spending hours doing this stuff. It's plug and play, buddy. It's plug and play. You're supposed to plug it in and you start.
Not always.
And so I'm like hour 3.5 trying to get all this stuff to cooperate and work and get the internet to cooperate with everything. And it's just not doing the thing. I was like, you got one thing, do the thing. So I eventually went straight back to the laptop. That's what I'm operating on right now. Got the new webcam, got the ring light, got the Elgato. We're on the laptop, play with the other stuff later on, figure it out.
You're a real podcaster now. Look at
Trying
that.
Trying to. It's stressful.
It can be. Here's the thing. We actually had, and if you want to talk about viewership tanking, this is some inside baseball shit that even baseball players don't care about.
Oh, batter up.
There is a specific issue that this microphone gives me with the program that we use. And I was waiting for Brian to have that issue. And today, before we get recording, he was having the issue. So I had to walk him through. And it's one of those problems that I think I'm fixing it, or if I'm just putting a Band-Aid on it, it works. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just, that's just the cost of doing business. And I mean, like I said, I'm not using like state of the art anything. It's a USB microphone. I mean, this is essentially podcaster's first microphone. And I mean, hey, it works for me. So
that's it is what really, it is. You guys are still on the ground floor. MadBash Studios is still ground floor, even though you guys are what, 3 years in now?
3.5. Yeah.
3.5. Like, think about any other, obviously you're not Disney, you're not Fox, you're not NBC, no. But think about when a studio gets off the ground, they gotta work with what they got. Think about the first time, maybe not you, but most people, when they finally move out of mom and dad's house, then they go to their place and they're like, oh, this is empty. I didn't realize I don't have a couch. I don't have chairs. I don't have a kitchen table. I don't have a refrigerator or a stove. I don't have a living room TV. I don't have any of this stuff. I got to get all of this stuff. It's like I'm showing up with a bed with no bed frame. Like, this is my entire life right now. Like, you really are starting from scratch. Yeah. And it takes you some time. I was that guy. I was taking donations from backyard wrestlers when I first got into my house, and I'm getting some horrible, disgusting looking furniture. But you know what? That couch sits just fine. I don't care that it's 7 different colors. It's fine. And as soon as I started getting some real money and I was able to upgrade, boom, I upgrade.
That's what I'm saying is that. And I fell into this trap too when we were first starting MadBash, and when I just was making content in general. I was making excuses of like, I don't have this, I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you care enough about it, just go. Just sometimes you can't. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Just do with what you got. Just like do anything. Like, we all have these phones. Hold out your phone like this and say, hey, here's my thoughts on Obsession. Here's my review of the movie. I've seen people make content with less. It's like, there's no right way to do it.
No, you just need
no right way to do it. Yes.
You just have to do it. And sort of pivoting, but not really. The thing you and I've talked about privately is all of these crazy algorithm pulls that we're getting from 10, 12, 17, 20 years ago on YouTube. And, they didn't have this stuff. They didn't have 1080p plus 4K video qualities and everything. You know what? If you have 4K video quality on your phone, your eyes can't process that. You don't need that.
Yeah.
You know, but this dude's trying to film something with a toaster inside of a fish tank, and you know what? That's stood the test of time. Here it is, 18 years later, being suggested to you.
Now, the problem is, though, if you're still using that stuff years later and you've not grown, that's when you need to have a conversation. But that's a different conversation.
No, you work,
Yeah.
you evolve.
Yes,
but
yes,
you
yes.
gotta start somewhere.
Yes, agreed. So it's funny that you mentioned algorithm polls, because I sent you one today that was from 7 years ago, I believe. And it's got 244,000 views. This thing should have 244 million views, frankly. It's this kid reciting the entire Infinity War script from memory. And it's like an hour and 12 minutes long. And it's another one of those just out of the blue algorithm polls that come out of nowhere. And I love them. Another one that I know that we've kind of tangented a little bit here, but this all kind of comes in. It's because it ties into just use what you got. I sent you this guy, and it's kind of, I want to start this new segment where if we find a video randomly on our algorithm, I want to talk about it. I found this guy that was doing a food review in his car, because of course he was, they all are. And he was reviewing, it was like 4-day-old Sonic. Like, he specifically bought the Sonic, and it was like 4 days old. And he was giving his review of the food in the car, and it was like 72 views or something when I found it. And
so was the food in his car the whole time, or did he put it in the fridge and then decide to go back to the car because it's safe?
In my head canon, I like to think that he just had it sitting in his car for 4 days or whatever. There's where you search your history. I want to find this video.
Based on the geography, that might be a dangerous game.
Yeah. So I typed Sonic into my search, and the first thing that comes up is Chris Chan gets confronted during live stream.
Love it.
So I don't know. I can't find it
back.
But brother, Chris Chan never left. But no, it's just like, that's what makes me so frustrated.
His brother being the only negative review on Toy Story.
Yeah, there was a meme that we saw that was like all of the Rotten Tomato scores of the Toy Story movies, and they were like, just so everyone knows, Chris Chan's brother is the reason that 3 is rated so low. It's just like one of those Jason v. Dickie Wabash memes that just hit us so well. But hey, I'm going to tell you right now, speaking of hitting so well,
nice,
as terrible transition on that one. I just want to remind everyone that this is, of course, the Spot Show podcast. Each and every week, my friends and I get together and we talk about the wacky world of independent wrestling and everything in between. If you like what we're doing here, we've alluded to it a couple of times, you can go over to the Patreon, back us at the $5 tier. There you're going to get all of our content early and ad free. You can also support us free ways. I understand sometimes you don't have the extra money that you can toss our way, but you still want to help keep the microphones on and the envelopes full. Go to MadBashStudios.com. There you will find links to all of our social media. Go to our Facebook account, go to our YouTube account, go to your favorite podcasting platform, leave us a 5-star written review, go to the YouTube channel. This podcast is on the YouTube channel as well. Leave us a comment and a like on that upload of the podcast. You want to talk about that YouTube algorithm? Come on, let's do this. Let's work together so that we can get that almighty algorithm slain. But you're probably wondering, if I go to these websites or these links or these YouTubes, what am I going to partake in? Well, what do you know? I've got some plug skis and upcoming dates for you. I don't know why I said upcoming dates, because we don't have any dates right yet. Stay tuned. Plug skis, though, if you go over to the YouTube channel, Mad Bash Wrestling Presents Event Horizon has been uploaded
on the YouTube for everyone to see. Everyone that has watched it so far has loved it. The buzz is growing on MadBash Wrestling. Speaking of MadBash Wrestling, if you want to watch MadBash Wrestling Presents The Gang Wrestles for the Troops, go on over to the Patreon $10 tier. It is available right now for a limited time, ad-free. Then it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel with all the ads and all of that. New show alert on the $5 tier of the Patreon tomorrow from the day that this goes live to the public. So Friday, Dickie Wabash, Kid Riot present Lucha Libre Book Club. Every so often, Kid Riot and I are going to get together. We're going to talk about some Lucha Libre wrestling. It was a really fun time doing this first one. We are covering Halloween Havoc 1996. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for the first episode of this show. It was a fun discussion. It was a fun time to talk about it. Absolutely loved it. Go check that out on the $5 tier of the Patreon. That's a Patreon exclusive show. That's the only way you're going to be able to ever hear it is over on the Patreon. So really go check that out. I think you guys are going to enjoy that. But you're probably not on the Patreon. So right now, you are about to hear a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. This episode is brought to you by patreon.com/MadBash Studios. If you head on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios, you are helping fund the definition of independent. Hundreds of hours of content starting at just $5 a month. You are going to get early, ad-free access to everything that MadBash Studios has to offer on top of exclusive shows starting at just $5 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee a month. You can go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios and you can support the dream of being unapologetically creative. So, Jason V has taken his task as co-host of the Spot Show podcast very seriously here.
Sure do.
He has been sending me, you should. He has been sending me ideas. He's been sending me notes. He's been sending me outlines. When he sent me the most recent outline, there was one thing that was in that outline. He would not tell me what it was. It just said, big reveal. And I don't know what that means.
That's ominous, isn't it?
In a way.
Ominous as those clouds that were over your car lot.
Because there is a big reveal still to come, but I know that big reveal. I haven't made that yet. We know it's happening, but I'm not going to say it until the week before.
Correct. So I will, I want to let everybody know, first of all, if you were listening on Patreon, gotcha. If you were listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, or any of the other platforms, you just heard a bunch of ads. Sorry, buddy, you're going to listen to another one.
Okay. Look at that! What? Oh my goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, does the Spot Show podcast have a new sponsor?
2026 for I'd say now until about September. Big Red is now an official sponsor of the Spot Show podcast
Wow.
and MadBash Wrestling.
I appreciate that so much. Wow, I can now finally change up the ads on this. Look at this. For those of you that are going to see this on House Show, we've got bottles of Big Red coming your way, baby.
Popping bottles. Don't pop these bottles. This will stain.
Wow. Listen, when Michael Madrox and I started this company 3.5 years ago, our random idea was, let's get Yoo-Hoo. And then we got Yoo-Hoo. Then we got an energy drink. Now we've got Big Red, one of my favorite sodas of all time. I do love me a red cream soda. And dare I say, Big Red is probably my favorite one. Wow. Look at that.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yay.
I don't know the levels. We talked about Christmas versus Kwanzaa on a Page show last week, and I'm not really sure where this lands. But I mean, it's pretty cool. It's good. It's a good start.
Wow. As soon as you said we got a new ad, I knew right away what it was. I had a feeling. I was like, by the way, just surprised me with this. I had no idea. But he's been you've been dropping hints, I feel like, to me about what it could be. Maybe little subtle ones. I'm not really sure, but I'm excited.
There you go. You got to pick up the clues.
I'm excited. May or may not have almost said you've been dropping hints throughout this entire podcast, but then I realized that you were drinking something completely different. So that's what happened in my head right there.
I'm rocking the Cherry RC today.
There you go. Not a sponsor.
No, I do not drink very much soda whatsoever. And
yeah, it's weird to see you drink a soda.
I needed something different. I've been drinking water all day, and I was just like, I want something different. And then I grabbed it. Maybe this is why I don't, because I mean, I got some of the acid reflux. I'm speaking a lot, and maybe all the carbonation and caramel soda is probably bad for me doing that.
So when I don't remember, I think it was the Chris Candido tribute that I did with JTR. I was on with them doing something. I can't remember what it was. And right before, I decided to eat a peanut butter brownie.
There it is. Yeah.
Protein peanut butter brownie, mind you, because we are on a weight loss journey. And it just gulped up in my mouth. So I was like, this is the worst thing to eat right before going live. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, man, that's huge news. Yeah, that's so cool. Welcome to the family, Big Red. We will do you good. And, talking about sponsoring MadBash Wrestling, maybe we'll figure out some sweet deals there for the fans where they could get themselves some Big Red on MadBash.
That's right.
So that's pretty cool right there. So one thing that we talked about when we were talking about the storms is I had to cancel my reservation to go see Obsession. And Obsession is one of these movies that everyone's talking about right now, right? It's an anomaly because there are two movies this year that have come out by debut directors that are under 30, by the way. And they're horror movies, and everyone loves them. I'm, of course, talking about Obsession and The Backrooms. I had to cancel my reservation because of the weather. So I picked up and I saw a movie the next day. But I did not see Obsession, Jason V. I saw The Furious. And my Lord, The Furious is so good. If you want my full thoughts, go to Letterboxd DWobs. I'm joking, of course. I'll give you a little synopsis.
I had to get way deeper into that research on that before I realized it wasn't another Vin Diesel vehicle.
Vin Diesel vehicle. I think it goes Fast and Furious.
Double entendre.
No, it's a kung fu movie, and it is fantastic. I want to give him full credit right now. Christian Rose
I've given it to him a couple of times here. He's kind of the reason that I've gone on this cinephile journey. I see him talking about movies all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I always say that I want to be a cinephile, that I want to go to the movies all the time. I never get a chance to, but now I'm going to, because I went to the movies to go see the Backrooms with someone, and I told her, I told her what I tell everyone I go to the movies with. I'm like, I feel like I need to be an AMC Stubs member, because I see all these previews and all these trailers, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to see these movies. And what better way than by becoming an AMC Stubs Classic member, because you get to see one free movie a week. Anyway, I used that free reservation to go see The Furious, and I was not disappointed. I got to tell you right now, if you guys like action movies, if you like kung fu movies, this might be one of the best. This might be the new standard bearer of the genre, because I'm telling you right now, these fight scenes were choreographed beautifully. Some of the best choreography and fight scenes I have ever seen before in my entire life. I don't know how you feel about action movies or kung fu movies, but I recommended it to you. You absolutely need to watch this movie.
A lot of theater movies I don't really do anymore. I want to. I was that person for the longest time with I would love to do the AMC Stubs thing, because we had a theater in Danville for my entire life, and then it just the last movie it featured was A Violent Night, and then like the next weekend the theater was gone. But I don't know if it's just general old or nagging wrestling injuries or what, but I can't sit still in a theater seat for that long anymore. I had a conversation a couple years ago with Harker Dirge, and I invited him and his wife to go on a double date of sorts with myself and Cara to go see Twisters in the IMAX. And I figured that this is the way to watch this movie. And he said the same thing. He said, I can't, my hips aren't really what they used to be. They kind of pop out.
Look at whenever he was on the podcast. He stood for most of it.
Yeah. And you just can't really do that in the theater too often. So most of the time, if it's something that I really, really want to go see, I'll stick it out, and I'll deal with the with the uncomfortability, the discomfort, discomfort. I'll deal with that, and then I'll come home and I'll take my little lady bath, my Epsom salt bath. I'll put my essential oils in there, and I'll feel better about myself. But it's got to be something that I really care for. Well, I can sit at home and watch this thing in 3 months, and it'll be on streaming somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The Furious was fantastic, dude. It was. I'm ready for this to come out. I'm ready to get it. I absolutely adored this movie. I watched 4 movies since the last recording, each with varying degrees of love. So let's go.
All theater movies, right?
No, 2 of them were home.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I thought you only got 1 per week. So I mean,
I do get 1 per week. Yes, 2 of them were theater movies. 2 of them were here at home. First one was The Furious. Loved that movie. Then I watched the movie called The Drama. Do you know about this? Have you seen this? I don't know. Have you heard about this? Okay. It's an A24 movie, so I was immediately in.
Got it.
It's got Robert Pattinson, which then I was in because I love Robert Pattinson. Quick sidebar here, I love that Robert Pattinson has broken away from Twilight and that he was the breakout star. Everyone thought it was going to be Kristen Stewart. Sure wasn't.
Oh, and I think that movie was Die My Love with Jennifer Lawrence.
I've heard that's good.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
Seek it out. It's on, I don't remember what service it is, but I mean, you got the internet. You'll figure it out. Definitely worth watching. So
this movie is basically about, and again, I'm not going to deal in spoilers. I'm not going to talk spoilers on any of these movies. I might for the next one. The idea of this movie is that Robert Pattinson and Zendaya are getting married, and they're all sitting around like wine tasting, whatever. And they're with their other couple that are friends, and they're like, hey, here's a fun game that we played. And immediately immediately you're like, this is a bad idea. They go, before we got married, we each said the worst thing that we did or that we've ever done. It's like, it was a fun little game. And then the first married
like
couple,
a fun game.
It's terrible. It's terrible. The first married couple talks about what they've done. The guy is like, his was that he hid behind his girlfriend at the time, not the one that he's married to, an ex, hid behind her to protect himself from a dog attack. The wife says that
I respect that.
Yeah, I actually do. The wife talked about how she locked a kid in a closet or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Then it gets to Robert
so
Pattinson.
Understandable. Yeah,
it gets to Robert Pattinson, and he's like, "Oh, I cyberbullied a kid one time." They're like, "Oh my god!" Then they get to Zendaya. And she drops a bomb of like, "This is fucked up." And I'm not going to say what it is in case anyone wants to watch the movie. But then it's Robert Pattinson dealing with that. And it's a weird psychological horror in a way, because you're slowly seeing the descent of Robert Pattinson of just like, what the fuck do I do here? It was a cool spin on, I thought I knew this person, but I really don't. And that's a trope. That's a very common trope that you see in love stories.
I don't know. I kind of dig that. That sounds all right. And Robert Pattinson does that descent into madness very, very well.
Case in point, The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse.
Maybe
that's not a you movie, is it?
I don't think so. Okay. Before you get to your next one,
I was going to bring up what you get. I know where you're going with this.
You suggested Burn After Reading last week.
Love that movie.
And so I'm looking at it, and then the first few minutes, I'm like, oh, I think I know what this is. This is just big Hollywood dumb. You got John Malkovich in there. You got Brad Pitt in there. You got George Clooney. You got Tilda Swinton. And I'm like, oh, so they just spent a lot of money on name actors. And then I'm watching it, and you said it was so good. And I'm watching it, I'm like, this is stupid. I love stupid. I tune into Page Show. We're going to remember this time because we have a notebook, but I do love stupid, and I want to get into some of the stupid that I love, and it might actually be wrestling based. So topical for the podcast. I did not like Burn After Reading. It was
Did you finish it?
Bad. Yes.
Tell me that spoiler alert for the movie, by the way. Tell me that Brad Pitt's death was not one of the most unexpected things in that entire movie, though. It's
in that
so
movie,
great.
Yes.
It's
but
so
what
great.
was that? What was that Leo DiCaprio movie? I think it was Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Is that one where it was almost shot for shot, where it was just like all of a sudden he's the main character, and then boom, shot in the head. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, that was the big thing. So when I saw this one, I was like, I've already seen this. It's kind of like what we talked about with Godzilla -1 compared to Monarch Season 2. They did the same chase scene, but there was no emotional, I don't know, there was no emotion to it. It was just, oh, big CGI monster. Okay, got it. This thing's not Godzilla. This doesn't even have a proper name. By the way, that one's called Titan X. Dumb. Anyway, continue. Next movie.
It really disappoints me that, like, because you messaged me, you were like, I'm starting to think you and I don't line up on movies.
I probably don't.
No, not at all.
No, the Venn diagram, the Vendetta diagram, the Venn.
They might
the Venn Dickie-gram.
the Vin Dickie-gram might kiss a little bit, because we do have some crossover.
I mean,
like, we love Godzilla -1. Speaking of which, Prime Day today, I ordered Shin Godzilla, the Ultra 4K
nice
Blu-ray. Hell yeah. I already own it digitally, but I was like, I want the 4K Steelbook. So here we go. Third movie I watched this week. By the way, Shin Godzilla is so good. But anyway, yeah, before I get to the third movie, yeah, if you think that sounds like something that you would be into, then definitely check out The Drama. It is, maybe you'll like it. I don't know. It was just too predictable for me. It was mid. It was very mid. So we've got a movie that I really liked in The Furious, a movie that was mid in The Drama. And then I watched one of the biggest piles of horse shit I've ever seen. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Now, my type of horror, we've talked about this. I'm an A24 horror movie guy. I love Hereditary. I love X. I love Pearl. I love what's that movie called? I'm thinking of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But another A24 horror movie that I love is The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I think The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
I hated that one too.
That
was so stupid.
There you go.
That was so stupid. Were you thinking Hereditary?
I said Hereditary.
Did you? Was I ignoring you at that point? Because I was looking up the drama.
The Witch is good. The Witch was good
on my second watch.
Yeah, I think I need a second rewatch on that one to fully appreciate that.
I hated it the first time. Maybe a lot of these I just need to be in the right mood.
Yeah,
I think that might be the case.
Yeah. So anyway, Lee Cronin's The Mummy is a pile of dog shit. I absolutely hated this movie. It was really you pointed this out when I first told you I didn't like it. You said, really seems like they're just resting on the fact that it's called The Mummy. And I'm like, yeah, they really were.
Remember the original marketing for that? It was just called The Mummy.
Yep.
And something happened. I don't know what, but chances are somebody realized Brendan Fraser wasn't in this.
They're making another Brendan Fraser Mummy. That's why.
There you go. So then all of a sudden it says Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It's like, who's that guy?
That guy
sucks.
Is atrocious. Now, Jason, he's terrible. Jason V, question for you. You are a father. You have a daughter.
Correct.
Granted, she is an adult now, but let's go back a few years where she might have been she was a teenager. If your daughter goes missing for quite some time and then she comes back and she looks like the witch from Left 4 Dead, and she is all like creepy and all weird. I'm sure you love your daughter very much. You're not letting her back in your house, are you?
I'm not with a strong physical exam, because I've seen Pet Sematary. I know also the newer Pet Sematary is a lot better than people would expect. I did enjoy that one. There was a couple of twists in that, but anyway, yes,
that was my first flaw with the movie.
Yeah, you don't just accept things. Watch any zombie movie. It's like, no, that's my sister. She's okay. No, she's not. No, she's not. She has blood all over the front of her. She is not okay.
Yeah. So
they just kind of let her back in the family.
They just kind of let her back into the family, and shit's going very south, and she's very clearly fucking possessed by a demon, and they do nothing about it. It had nothing to do with the mummy. And they shoehorned in ancient Egypt so much. Oh, it was so frustrating. So we have a movie that I really liked in The Furious, a movie that was mid to me. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just fine. I'll never watch it again. The Drama. Then we've got Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which was an abortion of a movie. Now,
which one did you see with a lady friend?
The Backrooms.
Oh, okay. The Drama sounds like a thing that you'd want to watch with a lady friend.
We saw the trailer for it, and then it was on sale on Prime to rent. So then I just rented it, and it was a treadmill movie. I walked on the treadmill while I watched it.
That's good. Yeah, because Cara would love something like that, because
oh my God, Cara would love The Drama. Watch it with her.
She loves Zendaya. She loves Robert Pattinson.
There you go. There's your movie.
Man, I might have to watch it. Okay, continue. Next movie.
I am not speaking in hyperbole when I say this. I mean this when I say this. One of the greatest horror movies that I have ever seen in my entire life is Obsession. This movie is a masterpiece. This movie is perfect. This movie is so fucking amazing. Legitimately one of the greatest movies that I've seen in the last 10, 15 years. Easily. Now, is it all-time favorite movie level yet? I need to think about that. because I could see a reality where it could make the top 10 of all time. I genuinely mean this when I say this. This movie, I want everyone to stop this podcast right now, even though we're getting near the end, and seek out this movie and go see it if you have not seen it. Here's what this movie is. This movie has been in theaters for a month. I went and saw it on a Monday at 7:00. The theater was still half full. Curry Barker might be my new favorite director of all time. Not of all time. I don't mean to say of all time. One of my favorite directors. This movie makes you think. This movie makes you laugh. This movie makes you cringe. This movie makes you sit back. This is the movie that you think about ad nauseum when you're on your way back from the theater, while you're laying at bed and while you're sitting at your desk at work the next day. This is the kind of movie that you look up what people are saying about it on YouTube. This is the type of movie that you look up every interview with the director, every interview with the actresses, the actors. This movie is staying with me. And I am not speaking in hyperbole. I'm not just speaking in recency bias. When I tell you, I do not like horror movies, but there is something that has happened here where comedy writers are taking horror movies and making them amazing. Curry Barker, fucking Kane Pixels, the guy that directed The Backrooms. I don't remember his real name, and I feel like an absolute Kane Parsons. That's his name. Kane Parsons. Zach Krieger from The Whitest Kids You Know is the director of two of my favorite horror movies, Barbarian and Weapons. He's getting ready to do Resident Evil. Curry Barker is getting ready to do the A24 Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot.
Maybe they'll finally do it well.
Here's the fun fact. He is influenced by the 2003 one.
Is that the one I like?
I don't know.
Wait.
It's the one that came out in 2003.
Was that the Matthew McConaughey one?
Maybe. I don't know.
I hope
I
Matthew
will be
McConaughey's
honest
in
with
it.
you. I've never seen the closest I've ever been to Texas Chainsaw Massacre is when I was standing next to Nate Hewitt and he was talking to Ken Anderson about how much he loves the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. That's the closest I've ever been to him. I don't know anything.
So the guy
about
that wears meat on his face and carries a giant chainsaw was influenced by Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I know.
Can't believe it.
Big shocker, right? Big shocker, right? Oh my God. But listen, Obsession, I cannot wait for you to see this movie. I saw you writing it down that you're making a note that you're going to watch this movie. I'm assuming that's what you were doing. V, I'm telling
It was
you.
the Jessica Biel one in 2003.
Okay. Well,
that one was good. That one was good.
I don't know. I've not seen it. But listen, Curry Barker, he made a short film that's on YouTube and it's called Milk and Cereal. And I'm watching it. I'm in the middle of watching it right now. I'd never heard of Curry Barker so I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'll openly admit I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but he made this found footage horror movie and it went on YouTube. And I'm like 40 minutes into it. It's so good. Listen, Obsession is
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
No, that ain't all right. That's Greasy Strangler.
if you're ever a serial killer, I hope that's what the Greasy Strangler.
No, that's a famous killer already.
Really?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, back to gushing about Obsession.
Yeah.
Again, another Christian Rose recommendation. I'm not just making all of my opinions off of Christian Rose for the record. I'm just saying he knows movies. He loved it. I loved it. I have talked to one person that did not like this movie and I roasted them for it. I love him like a brother. I love Zach Abstract, but my God, if you saying that you don't like Obsession and calling it ass, you don't know good movies, my guy. And this isn't one of those where I'm talking about
where you didn't like Burn After Reading. It's like, okay, that's a weird movie. Burn After Reading is a what are they called? What's the name of the directors? The Coen brothers. That's a Coen brothers movie. And Coen brothers are 50-50 with me. Either I love their movie or I hate it. Burn After Reading, The Big Lebowski, love those movies. Hail Caesar, one of the biggest piece of shit movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Did not enjoy it. Obsession is, there's a scene in that movie that is one of the most unsettling things. Obsession, I'm going to put it to you this way. Do you know the basis of Obsession and the plot of it?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, so basically what happens, this guy makes a wish that the girl that he has a crush on is in love with him. That's essentially what happens, and it goes off the rails from there. Now, this movie is really a I almost said monkey's paw, but that's not the right word, the right phrasing for it. But it's one of those things of where not necessarily be careful what you wish for, because yes, it's also one of those be careful how you word your wish, if that makes sense. So there is a trend with this movie. Do you remember the episode of How I Met Your Mother where they talk about having someone on the hook?
Oh, probably. Continue, and then I'll jump in.
That's kind of what this feels like. He's being friend zoned by her, but little does he know he's friend zoning this other girl. And then his friend is one of the worst friends ever, just in terms of like, you find out information about these people. The main character of this movie, Bear is his name. You hate him by the end of this movie because it's like, and there's no agenda of where it's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's just, he is just a terrible person. He's just a terrible person. The only person that I really felt bad for was the girl that he was friend zoning. That's the only person that you genuinely feel bad for. At least I did by the end of the movie. But Brian, I'm telling you, this movie was amazing. I could talk for another 20 minutes and go into specifics about why I loved this movie. Maybe down the road, we do an episode where after you watch the movie, you and I break it down. That could be a lot of fun. But yeah, man, I adored this movie. I adored Obsession.
Well, good. Doesn't sound like it has a sympathetic baby face in there.
Does not at all. There's one
those
sympathetic
are tough.
baby face, kind of.
Yeah, those are tough because you need somebody to root for.
There's really, at first, you're rooting for the main guy, but then there's a specific pivot where you're like, oh my God, no. Like,
so there's one. This is man, I didn't have this in my notes. The movie Pet. Do you know this?
I know that you recommended it to me years ago.
Yes. So it's one of those where you're rooting for somebody most of the movie, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're flipping this.
Yeah.
Like
I love that.
there's another issue here. There's Jeanette McCurdy's in it. Dominic Monaghan. Dominic Monaghan,
I do be
think
liking that Jeanette McCurdy.
She's good. And then the main girl, she was in Horns with Daniel Radcliffe.
Never seen that movie.
That one's awesome too. I love Daniel Radcliffe. All of his movies. With the exception of Juno Temple. Why couldn't I remember that? She's actually one of I don't do like favorite this number 3, 4, 5, any of that stuff, but
yeah, you don't
one of an
that.
Abstract amount of favorite.
Yeah.
And she was also in Killer Joe. So I just watched her recently too. But Horns is great. Pet is great. Killer Joe is great.
I hear the movie Siren is really good too.
It's really good. I like that lady.
I told you the story about how we almost met her, right?
Yes.
We almost canceled a booking to go meet her.
You should have canceled that booking.
I know. Hindsight. I
will cancel my booking whenever.
Yeah.
To go.
But
to go meet her. Actually, no, probably not.
But my point,
nobody's booking me anyway. But man,
No,
I just
not
don't want to
anymore.
go places. I don't
not
wanna-
anymore. But no, man, that's my obsession. Is obsession. I think that when you watch it, because I think you're going to, we should do let's talk about a movie podcast, whether it be, we can talk about the drama, we can talk about the Furious, we can talk about obsession, we can talk about even Backrooms.
We can talk about Master of the Universe, not Masters, not the He-Man movie that just came out. I'm talking Master of the Universe. Here's the photo.
Okay, you sent this to me, and I'm like,
so
what is
it
going on
Master
here?
singular.
Yeah.
It has a jacked up bodybuilder warrior man on there. It shows his back, and it shows him with a sword across his shoulder blades. Spoiler. It says he's the man. Now, in the strictest
He's a man.
in the strictest definition of the term, he is a man. Yes. But
I know what you're referencing.
Yeah, he is not a master of the universe. He is not a jacked up bodybuilder. He does not have a sword. He has a plastic axe. And there's no Skeletor. It's an Asylum movie. They were like, oh wait, they're doing a Masters of the Universe. What do we have to do to be legally different?
But still get away with it.
Yeah. So to try to get any kind of interest, get somebody to accidentally. So back in the day, family videos and stuff would do this. They would have all these movies, and that's when grandma went to go pick up something for the kids to watch on the weekend, and she would get something like I can't remember. It was, instead of Cloverfield, it would be Monster.
Yeah.
Instead, something like that. They did, and Asylum was great with all of that.
Yeah.
This is one of those that grandma picks up. You like that He-Man fella?
This is Master of the Universe.
Master, singular.
But no, man, there's definitely discussions to be had about these movies at some point. We'll get onto that. But I think we've got our discussion pretty much set now for Spot Show. I think it's time we get into Paid Show.
There it is.
Thank you to everyone for listening to the Spot Show podcast this week. I hope you're liking the new vibe that we're bringing. I feel like that we've really pivoted a lot with Spot Show lately. We got a new vibe going, just a new vibe with MadBash in general, man. Love it. Love it. You can, of course, find me on Instagram at DWobs with a Z card shop. If you really want to hear my thoughts on movies, go to Letterboxd, search for DWobs with a Z. You can find me there. Did I mess up my Instagram plug? Did I say at Edit Bay or Card Shop? Because I've changed it.
I don't know. That was like 8 seconds ago. I've already forgot.
Instagram at DWobs Edit Bay. Of course, Wobs with a Z. Then Letterboxd, you can find me at DWobs over on there. See my thoughts on movies. Jason V, you can find him on the Spot Show podcast from time to time. That's really just about it.
That is about it.
Big plug ski, MadBashStudios.com. There you'll find links to everything that you can to support us. We're getting ready to roll into Paid Show. You're going to hear us talk about how Jason V loves stupid. But if you're not on the Patreon, then we will see you down the road on some form of content.